All right, gang, look at that for a view. That's not too bad, is it? It's beautiful. Look, we'll come up on the little whippet to, well, pretty much as high as I can go up here. Look at the jungle, by the way. Look how amazing that is. And seeing as though we are now surrounded by green, let's talk about the magic herb, weed, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. This plant that, unfortunately, because I have a ridiculous addictive personality, it definitely controls me. I cannot control it, unfortunately. And look, it's as simple as this, guys. Probably sharing this, you know, there's going to be a lot of people out there who are just like, oh, you fucking loser and you stoner and all this kind of stuff. And I understand that. And the straight up truth is, you're right. And I want to share this to help anyone that suffers with addiction. This, I don't know if it's a disease or God knows, but either way, I wish very much that I did not have an addictive personality. And yeah, I don't know, would I say it's embarrassing at times? Probably. It's a bit shameful at times, I would say, truthfully. And yeah, it is very difficult to not let it ruin your life. Now, I shared my story previously about gambling, addiction again, but this was gambling. And yeah, I'm an absolute fucker for it, to be honest with you. This is why I've never done cocaine, and I never will, because I know that that would be the end of me. At the same time, stuff like gambling, you know, I mean, that took pretty much 10 years of my life, from the age of, well, realistically it was 14, 15, literally. Online poker sites would let me put on money when I was 14, but they wouldn't let me withdraw it. How ridiculous is that? Anyway, yeah, but we're not here to talk about gambling. I've talked about this one. We're here to talk about marijuana, weed. I just want to share truthfully with you guys the struggles that I have faced and that I am facing. And you know, it's a funny one with addiction and stuff. Like, I remember with gambling, you know, I did it for 10 years and then I quit. And then, you know, I quit for a long time, 5-6 years. And then all of a sudden, you know, who knows, your friends want to play a bit of poker, they're involved or something. And you just have one little cheeky game or something. And then if you are a twat like I am, with this addictive personality that you just cannot control. Yeah, bosh, I remember I just had one game or something. Then all of a sudden I'm fucking downloading the apps and all this stuff. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's just no control. It's just terrible. And here's the truth, guys. Like I said, I'm here to talk about weed and marijuana. And I know there's going to be people who are like, you fucking stoner and you loser and pothead and all this kind of fucking bullshit. And like I said, I really just don't give a shit, to be honest with you, because what is more important than me caring what you think about me being a potential stoner or a pothead, or even you caring what I think, what's more important than that is to help these people that do suffer from addiction, because there's a hell of a lot of people that do actually suffer from addiction. Now, most people, it seems like, fortunately, do not get addicted to weed. Just the same as most people do not get addicted to gambling, most people do not get addicted to alcohol. However, there's actually still a large portion of people that do get addicted to these things. And I want to share my troubles, my difficulties, my struggles with this magic plant that really people, they don't really talk. I would say it's glorified. That's the truth. And I think that's very dangerous, especially for somebody like me with an addictive personality. And if you're watching this and you've got an addictive personality, you will connect and you will relate. So this is for you. This is to help you. This is to help anyone that's ever suffered with addiction or is currently going through addiction. Because here's the thing. I smoked weed for 10 years. from the age of 24 until I was about 34. And I would say it was definitely frequent, to say the least. And then I quit. I was still smoking when I was doing property investment, everything like this. Not whilst I was at work, but just when I got back from work. And then I quit whilst I was actually in that job. And funny enough, which sounds pretty crazy, but I had better results when I was smoking in the evening, that's the truth. But I don't actually think it's related, to be honest with you. I think it's actually down to motivation and the fact that I knew that I was going to leave my job and I didn't really need the money anymore. I'd got enough money, so that's why I think it is. But yeah, basically I quit. And then what has happened, you know, I've smoked at the odd time here and there at festivals, but I've always managed to control it. And at the end of the day, when you're at a festival, you know, you're partying, you're doing your thing. And then, especially when I was living in the van, you know, I go to Azora Festival and these different kind of festivals, you're moving on. And then, you know, you're not really around it. But here's the thing. When I've come out here, and I'm just going to be straight up now, guys, and I know that there's going to be some people that hate on this, but like I said, I really don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. I've been caring way too much about YouTube and the results and stuff, probably going along with my addictive personality again, looking at metrics and numbers and just caring. And like I said on the last video, guys, and this is the truth, I'm going to do a breakdown for you, by the way, on numbers of how much it actually costs comparison to the UK, because quite a few people have reached out and said, oh, I'm going to book a flight to Thailand, I'm coming next week, I'm coming in a month, I'm definitely going to go out to Thailand because I want to see how cheap it is. So what I'll do to help you guys that do want to come out here, especially if you're realizing how cheap it is, I'll do like a comparison video, like a food comparison video compared to UK supermarkets to here, street stalls compared to here and stuff, and then you can get a rough idea, and really hopefully that will help you to see you know, how much it actually roughly costs. But kind of, I've worked it out, I was speaking with Sarah, and it's probably, I would say easily £500 a month. You can get accommodation, you can get your food and stuff like this. So, but I'll do that on another video. Anyway, now speaking about weed, and you know, just to finish off on that point when I was talking, by the way, just to let you know, guys, I'm not high at the moment. I have not smoked for 3 days. I am quitting again. And I've not had a drink of alcohol for maybe 10 days. I've never even tried to stop alcohol because, to be honest with you, with alcohol, I don't have a problem with it. Fortunately, I don't get addicted to alcohol or any other drugs, it seems. I mean, I've never done cocaine, crack, heroin, anything ridiculous like this, but you know, but gambling, 100%, I'm absolutely terrible for it. And weed, 100%, I'm absolutely terrible for it. And the thing is, when you're in Thailand and you come out here, man, it is just ridiculous how many weed shops there are in Thailand. It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even joking. There was at least 15 shops just down this one strip. And you know what's funny? You go into these shops and you have a look at the little pots and stuff, and you know what it says on that? It's like happy, relaxed, energetic, good vibe. And this is the fucking description, guys. This is literally insane. It's absolutely insane, because maybe that is the temporary feeling that you can potentially get from this. But let me tell you, my experience of long-term use of this, and also if you actually look now at the research and the studies and all this that is coming out, especially if younger, guys, if anyone younger watches this channel, please stay away. Trust me, stay away, especially if you've got a developing brain, because this will absolutely fuck you up without a doubt. And you'll be dumb as fuck when you're older, slow, and you'll have memory loss. Fortunately, I was against everything until I turned 24, and that's when I first went out to Amsterdam. I think I tried mushrooms, tried weed for the first time. Fortunately, either way, regardless, my brain was, you know, you could say fully developed. They say actually 25 years old, just to let people know, if you are below the age of 25. They're saying that actually 25 now, if you can wait until 25, then yeah, if you are going to smoke or do anything like this, then that is as developed as your brain can be, you could say. Anyway, guys, now I want to talk to you about my experience of coming here. And like I said, the reason that I'm sharing this is to help people who do struggle with addiction, and especially because, really, let's face it, I am an addict. I have an addictive personality. And a lot of people talk about, you know, alcohol recovery when they're, you know, 6 months sober, 2 years sober, and, you know, quitting weed after a year and all this kind of stuff. Not a lot of people, I don't really know anyone really that talks about this when they're in the depth. And like I said, I'm 3 days clean. Woo, Simon, well done, you fucking loser. Oh my God. Anyway, I am 3 days clean, and I've decided that I'm going to stop smoking, or I want to stop smoking. I'm going to try my absolute best. I will be honest with you guys, by the way, if I do relapse, wow, as if I'm using that word. But anyway, if I do have a smoke or anything, but I'm not going to, because I know that I'm in this determined state of mind. And when I'm in a state of mind like this, nothing can stop me. So I'm not going to. But either way, I will be honest with you guys, exactly like I am right now, about me being a loser and addictive personality nearly ruining my life, or definitely making my life a hell of a lot more difficult, put it this way. So basically, I arrived in Thailand, and you guys can look back on the channel and there's me vlogging every single day. 45 days in the UK, I then fly out to Thailand, and you know, I vlog the journey there, flying out and all this kind of stuff. And then I get into Bangkok, and guess what? Go have a look at the videos. The last thing that you see on one of those videos is some weed, because I showed it you guys, and I wasn't smoking at the time. I'd not smoked for a few months, maybe one of the last festivals or parties or whatever like this. Anyway, and then bosh, guess what? I disappeared for 3 days. And you know why? That's because I just got stoned. And then my motivation disappears. I start to doubt myself. Feelings of depression start to come in, and yeah, I would say life just starts to go downhill. That's the truth. But anyway, I you know, had 8 days in Bangkok, and then, you know, after 3 days I started the daily vlogs and stuff. What you guys don't know is that I wasn't smoking in the day. I've not done that, just in the evening. But even still, I can't do this, because eventually over time it starts to wear you down. It starts to wear your brain down, and it starts to have a negative impact on your mental state. This is my personal experience. It's not all of this Snoop Dogg lifestyle, chilling, oh, with my friends, and this is so cool, I'm getting high as fuck. Yeah, guys, that's all cool until you fucking turn into me, and then after chronic use, after a long time, all of a sudden you're depressed with nothing, and you feel like your life is shit. So that's the straight up truth, guys, about weed, because I absolutely believe, you know, I've shared my depression story in the past and stuff, and that was when I was 29 years old. But guess what? I said I was smoking weed from the age of 24 until about 34. So right in the middle, after about 5 years of chronic use, I experienced depression. Now, was it down to weed? Truthfully, I absolutely believe so, yes. Now, obviously, other stuff was going wrong in my life. I split up with, you know, the girl that I was with. Business wasn't working, didn't have a job, was in debt, and all this kind of shit. So, yes, all of this stuff contributes towards it. But I do believe, if I'm being completely honest with myself and you, that it was weed that got me to this position and this state. That's what I truly believe. And yeah, so basically I started vlogging in the day and stuff like this, but I was still smoking in the evening. And I've basically done that since I've been in Thailand. That's the truth. I had 1 or 2 days off. Other than that, I was smoking every evening. And, you know, again, I started to tell myself the story. Yeah, it's okay, you know, oh, that's fine. Look, people are still watching your vlogs, and, you know, you're still doing videos, and you're just having a smoke in the evening, and who cares? It's all good. You're in Thailand and all this kind of stuff. And look, guys, look, I know that that is the story that most people tell themselves to just make it easier and to just accept. But I'm not going to do that, because that's not the truth. I could easily do that. I could easily just feed myself that story. But what I know will happen in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years, when I am this fucking loser that's by himself, that's in his own head, probably with depression, negative thoughts, full of doubt, zero progression, this is because I just kept smoking. That is the effect that it has on me. And the reason that I feel like I also have to share this story is because I'd actually show you. Do I have my notepad? Yeah, look, I'm going to show you something right now. Look at this. This is how bad addiction is. I'm going to get you my little notepad. Oh, fuck. That's my driver's license. Do I have it? Oh, I do, look. I said I'm going to drive around. We're looking in the pocket, by the way. I'm going to drive around with this little bad boy in my pocket. And what I want to do, because I have been meditating in the mornings and stuff like this, and like I said, 3 days, this is day 3 of not smoking, not drinking, no cigarettes, literally nothing. And I want to, for the first time in my life, just be a clean bean, basically, with absolutely nothing holding on to me or influencing this addictive personality. And like I said, I've never had a problem with alcohol, to be honest. I know I do like a few cheeky beers here and there, don't get me wrong, but it's never been like where I've woke up and I felt like, yeah. But with weed, 100%, I can wake and bake all day long if I allow myself to. Anyway, look, I'm just going to read this one little piece to you, because this is just how extreme or extremely difficult it is to live with an addictive personality. And I'm reading this to myself every morning from now for the last 3 days. Look, I want to experience a new way of living, one that's healthy and free from all addictions. I wish to be free and healthy in my mind. That is how ridiculous my addictive personality is. I have to read to myself each morning to put myself in a positive state of mind that's going to make positive choices. And there's a lot more on that notepad that that I'm reading each morning, and be healthy, be happy, and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, basically I'm just getting this all off my chest. I didn't mention it, and you guys know that I just like to be totally honest with you guys. And I've obviously never lied to you guys, but at the same time, if I'm not telling you something and I'm kind of keeping something that's a big part of my life and my struggles from you, then at the same time, I'm not lying because I'm not talking about it, but also at the same time, you're not really telling the truth because you're not talking about it at the same time as well. And I want to help people, because not enough people talk about this, especially when it comes to weed and addiction and stuff like this, especially when they're kind of in the thick of it, and also when it could be detrimental to them, because I know with this, I've had people say on previous videos and stuff, oh, stop talking about it and all this kind of stuff, and stone a loser, all this kind of shit. And I'm just way beyond caring. That's the honest truth. I'm way beyond caring. I absolutely do not give a fuck about that anymore. And I want to share this because I know that there's going to be people out there that are like, wow, thank you, somebody knows how I feel. Or they could be in the thick of it and they think, fuck yeah, I'm gonna actually just stop. And if I can positively impact one person by sharing this, and I piss off 1,000 people who want me to be the cleanest person on planet Earth, and and just think, oh, well, why is he not just showing us Thailand? Why is he not just doing the daily vlogs and shit? You know why? Because this is life of Sai, and Sai fucking struggles in life sometimes. Ignore that bit, we'll edit that bit. But yeah, I struggle in life sometimes, and it's all good seeing someone do daily vlogs and just being happy, mission around and all this kind of stuff. But let me ask you a question. When's the last time that you've been happy for 100 days in a row? Dude, if I'm vlogging all of this time and I'm sharing my feelings and I'm showing you my life and I'm doing everything like this, it's just not realistic to think someone can just be happy all of the time. And I think it's funny with this, you know, with like an online image. This is why I hate the online world. But you know, with YouTube and stuff, people see you vlogging and you're happy and stuff like this, and you almost become their daily dose of happiness. But that's not realistic, because you're still just a person with their own struggles and their own difficulties. And I'm exactly that. And with my addictive personality, I promise you, it is a real struggle. I know for a lot of people it'll be easy to just not smoke, easy not drink, easy not do cocaine, easily not do whatever anyone else gets addicted to. If you're honestly watching this video saying, oh, you know, just don't smoke or just don't drink, trust me, you're lucky. I promise you that. And I'm fucking pleased for you that you do not have an addictive personality and that you think that it's just easy. But I promise you, you're in a fortunate position, because on the other side of the fence, when it's not easy and you think about this shit and it's there like, Simon, good morning, come have a smoke. It's like, fucking leave me alone. Anyway, guys, there we go. That's my story on addiction, my struggles with weed, with marijuana. And yeah, wanted to share this with you guys before I produce my next videos and stuff, because I don't know. Like I said, charity work and stuff interests me. I'm probably going to be going out to Cambodia very soon and seeing the killing fields, the mass burial graves and stuff like this, because I've been learning about this and it's just a tragic, horrific story. So I'm not going to say definitely, but I will probably document that journey and share this with the world and share other stuff. But yeah, really, to be honest with you, I just wanted to come clean with you guys with some of my struggles, because hopefully it helps some people. And either way, like I said, I'm past caring. I understand just how cheap it is to live out here. And like I said, I know with my past and everything, if needs be, I can easily just get a well-paid job, earn some money, and just come and live out here again for a few years and do it again. And I would rather do that than be vlogging every day unhappy, and just forcing myself to do this stuff and play this game and just beat myself, whip myself, doing this for a few years. And it's like, nah. I mean, I still think I'm going to carry on with this channel, don't get me wrong, but absolutely I'm just going to, you know, keep sharing, keep being truthful like I am. But in terms of, you know, the content and stuff, sharing stuff really that interests me. And, you know, if it works and I make a little bit of money and I can keep going, great. If it doesn't, I just don't care. I really just don't care. I just want to help people, and that's it. Simple as this. So I've got to be happy in order for me to spread happiness and to create happiness with others. So it's very important that, one, I am clean. I am clean with you guys and I'm honest with you guys, and that my focus is on helping people. But I do believe that starts with helping yourself, because if I'm in a difficult position, if I'm struggling, I'm never going to be able to truly help and influence and positively affect other people. But anyway, that's the story of my addiction, me being a fucking loser with all of this, and letting it, take control of me. So hopefully this has helped people. And I'll see you on the next video, whenever that is. I'm going to take a nice steady stroll back, clean as a bean. I got a little shake, look. This is what we're doing, look. Instead of the green or anything like this, we just have a nice cheeky little bit of fruit juice. And yeah, we're going to go back, and then I think I'm probably going to go to Cambodia in about a week. But don't quote me on that, because to be honest with you, I have no idea what the fuck's going on in my life half the time, let alone you guys. So anyway, peace people. I'll see you, I was going to say see you tomorrow then. We've got to be careful with that one. I'll see you on the next video.